Hey there, so today we have another review, and this is a beer courtesy of Alan. This is Cheater X2? What's the name of this one? Cheater times 2? Anyway, so this is from Sapwood Cellars, one of the darling breweries of 2020 for me. And this is their first anniversary. Oh, sorry, they brewed this in the first anniversary. It's now their second anniversary with the financially irresponsible amounts of two of our favorite hops, Galaxy and Nelson, which are Australian and New Zealand hops, very expensive on the market. And for the second anniversary, they tried to make a double version with higher alcohol and more hops. So they get aromatics of gooseberry, passion fruit, citrus. So congratulations to Mike and Scott for their second anniversary. So yeah. By the way, on the last one that I reviewed from Sapwood Cellars, I just want to give us a quick update. The beer was fantastic. I like the awesome dryness the beer has. A lot of these beers are chalky and a little too much. A stupid amount of drinkability. And then as you drink more, I get this really nice kind of fun, ripe, cantaloupe-y melon character, almost like a muskmelon or something, just really ripe, cantaloupe-y, delicious character to it. So anyway, double IPA, 8.2% with Galaxy and Nelson. So this beer pours definitely way hazier. Comes in a almost maybe probably same kind of malt in there, but it just has more haze to it, so arguably perceives darker. But it is a light to medium gold color, full on haze on that. Yeah, it's actually very hazy. So wonderful, fluffy head that really sticks quite well. Oof. First impression is I get that kind of diesel gasoline thing. As I get in, it gets a little bit muskier. It's got this almost woodsy kind of cologne kind of thing going on. As I dig in a little bit deeper, yeah, you get that kind of almost light kind of cedar note. I know that's one of the hop compounds. And then also, do I get gooseberry and passion fruit? Deep in, I get a little bit of that gooseberry. But yeah, definitely not as rich and dense. Maybe slightly cold, but it smells quite nice. But definitely has that heavy thiol thing. It's all those funky notes that passion fruity, but also leaning towards a little bit of gooseberry, but also leaning towards just some of that kind of what's it, 4-MMP, that kind of danky dank. Cheers. Sure don't taste like that on the palate when compared to the nose. That is straight creamy passion fruit juice. That's how I fell in love with New England IPA. I will say that you're going to very few times see those kind of reactions, and maybe I'll post them in the description below, but find some of those early treehouse beers in. Man, that mouthfeel, it's just spot on. Actually, strange thing on the back end, there's almost this light kind of salinity that comes in. So it might be the water treatment, but it's almost like salted passion fruit, which is very interesting. Mouthfeel on this is even, whereas that had a little bit of spritziness, almost like a kiwi kind of tartness to it, or some kind of tartness to it. This one is chewy, very rich in mouthfeel. It also follows on the nose. There is this kind of some people describe dank as, generally I'd say your descriptor for dank is, just fresh marijuana. This is diesely. Yeah, there's a rich kind of diesely back end on this one. I'm very curious if that drives away with age. This is extremely fresh. This is a week fresh, so. That mouthfeel is just creamy for days. Just reminds me of the old OG treehouse kind of stuff going on. If anything, almost even arguably thicker than that. We're just about there, yeah. Really nice and chewy and thick. As I drink it more, the initial impression of the passion fruit and really ripe, over sweet kind of orange concentrate note, like that frozen Minute Maid orange concentrate, sort of dies away a little bit and moves on to just a little bit of hop dryness. It's not necessarily too green and bitey, not that raw vegetable thing, but it is definitely dry and helps clean up this double IPA. So it transitions from that really big chew sweet character or impression of sweetness because it's so creamy, but then dries out quite nicely. Along with that diesely dank on the back end. Yeah, that's great. Wow, this killer for double IPA. Super drinkable. Again, on the back end, it just like doesn't present itself too syruply sweet, even though the fact that these double IPAs are pretty high in final gravity. They are not necessarily dry beers, but I think what they've done is that really driven the fermentation to a way where there's enough residual complex dextrins and sugars in here to really bump up mouthfeel, and also presentation of, it's like the combination of sweetness, mouthfeel, and then like still allowing that kind of like heavy dosage of hops to dry it out. And I think a lot of breweries are not doing that, with the focus on like, well, if I'm gonna have like super high amounts of like, polyphenol in this beer, it's gonna make the beer very dry. And so what do? You sort of have to front and sweeten it in the sense of like, making your fermentation profile lean towards a higher final gravity, so things you really sort of have to think about when you're crafting these beers, and that's why it's an art to craft these beers instead of just going like, well, these are the targets of like what beers were for decades, and then I'm just gonna translate that to New England IPA. No, you have to sort of like, it's a new, different kind of animal, and you have to like create character and, again, finish these beers at higher gravity than you're used to for an 8.2% beer, but then it ends up being really nice and delicious, and again, plays with those fruity hops very well. Let's go. You guys already know it, 100%, and now I just took that sip and ding the bell. I get a little bit of that kind of gooseberry, Sauvignon Blanc kind of character, so it's really nice. It's really tropical. It's pure passion fruit and orange concentrate for days. And gooseberry comes in here, and then it also has that kind of like Diesel Nelson Sauvin thing dancing in there. It's really quite fun and nice. Really full, wonderful, chew, thick beer in the most wonderful way that New England IPA can do it. Absolutely fantastic. The best New England IPAs I've had all year, and I've given like 100. 4 in a row, right? Yeah, just the best. Until next time, guys, cheers. Very impressed if any breweries really hold up this well. I mean, very few. Congrats to you guys, Mike and Scott. Thank you guys so much. Until next time, guys, cheers later.